cannabis is a little bit of a mad science right now. You know, we're really getting back to our roots as humans, and certainly as doctors and as patients. It's a crazy time. You know, we as doctors get to take a step back. We are not the experts in the room anymore. You know, the folks in front of me who are long-term users. I have some patients who've been smoking weed for 80 years. That's crazy. And I'm supposed to come in telling them how it's done. You know, it's a very interesting time. Obviously there's a lot that I know which is different than what they know, but there's also a lot for me to learn. And that's an awesome position. That's a great position for me. I love learning. I want to understand what people have learned over 80 years. But that's totally unfamiliar for doctors, and that's super uncomfortable for some doctors who don't want to do that. They want to be the experts in the room. They're used to knowing it all.
Yeah, I remember one time I was on a trip. My dad did many trips traveling all over the world doing with Operation Smile and a lot of the groups helping children in third world countries. And one time I was just at one of the local trips, not the local trips, just in Mexico, like a close trip. And one of the doctors said, he goes, yeah, he's like, people always come to me and ask me questions, and it's like kind of weird because I don't always know what's going on.
Yeah.
And another guy on the same trip was saying that there was a certain, I don't remember, it was like silicone implants for chest implants, and there was another one, and one wasn't FDA approved, and there was a guy that was a pharmaceutical worked for a pharmaceutical company, and the doctor's like, oh, you should go ahead and try these small ones. I don't remember what the thing was, and he goes, well, are those approved by the FDA? And he's like, well, you used such and such before it was approved by the FDA. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Come in on Friday and schedule an appointment. But it was like so easy that those conversations that we've all persuaded people on a golf course to do stuff, how they easily just like went over because the FDA said it's approved or whatever the situation is. And I'm not against those things, but if we look at their track records, I'm not going to bow to them either.
No, for sure. I mean, what you bring up is really the humbling of the Western medical sort of ecosystem. You know, like back in the day, it was doctors doing a dance. It was shaman, you know, hoping for people, singing for people, and of course using the natural landscape, using herbs, understanding the nature around them. You know, people these days in the world of allergy are starting to get the idea that, oh, wait a minute, the stuff around me is affecting me. Like there's a combination, there's a intersection of me and my local environment. And contrast that to a pharmaceutical made in a machine that's just sort of applied to laser precise medicine. And it's really they're almost opposites, you know, where there is a natural medicine, which is me as an animal getting in touch with my local environment and the things around me which might affect my body. You know, in terms of allergy, people now know that they can collect honey in their areas, and the bees are going around, buzzing around all the flowers that they might have allergies to. And then if they take the honey, they can actually reduce their allergic responses. People can become less allergic to their local environment. That is real medicine in my mind, where you're taking the earth and the plants, and you're sort of creating an ecosystem. I think cannabis is bringing us back to that reality. I mean, some people may know, some people may not know. Cannabis is a freak plant that has almost all of nature built into it. I mean, it's literally, it has pine, it has eucalyptus, it has mint, it has geraniums and roses, all of the natural chemistry inside these plants. Cannabis builds on its own. I mean, this is the amazing thing. It's like going to CVS, except it's a plant. Like they have everything that is in nature. I think that we might find useful. Obviously, there's some things that are not there. There are things about Western medicine we've learned about the heart and the eyes and surgery and sort of all kinds of things that the plant's never going to do. but there's a whole treasure chest there that is just opening up, man. I mean, we are incredibly lucky to be alive now, where this is becoming accepted, it's becoming understood, even just that it's helpful, that it's helping a lot of people. It's a miraculous time.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So we talked about the Hippocratic Oath earlier, and I'm don't want to take a little risk here, but what was the name of the guy that the Hippocratic Oath was named after?
Hippocrates.
Okay. Do you know much about him and how he looked at things?
So you're talking about ancient Greece, and those were the days where life was a little bit different.
Okay.
I don't know him personally. I don't know. My hunch is that
You weren't alive back then?
I was not alive.
I
No,
see some
about
grace.
that was 400, 500 years ago.
Just wondering. Go ahead.
Oh no. So no, definitely wasn't around kicking 400 years ago. But
Okay.
I'm sure he was in some respects a bastard, as most men really have been throughout history. But I think we have to take some of the good and wash out some of the bad. And the truth is there have been revisions of the Hippocratic Oath. In my medical school, actually, there were two oaths that people could offer. One was the old-fashioned one, and one was an updated, revised one.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
But no, were you going to tell me about him as a person, huh?
No, I was interested in what your thoughts are, because what I heard, he was like very, very liberal. He was into to searching everything. He was the essence of what that oath is about. Which I'm not really against people evolving everything, but a lot of times the updates aren't. It's not evolving something. It's just taking the most important parts out of it and just making whatever is going on for you or whatever is going on for the pharmaceutical industry sustainable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. I think that the real harmony, the meat, I guess, inside the Hippocratic Oath is really to care about people. It's not anything else. It's not about industry. It's not about money. It's really just about relationships, and trying to help people when they need help. It's really kind of basic. And I think a lot of that sentiment has been lost in modern medicine. I often hear about people going to their doctor and the doctor just doesn't listen anymore. Doctor doesn't know who they are. They're just a number or just a disease. That's the reality of modern medicine now, which is horrible, obviously. But it's also a catalyst for the cannabis industry. If people weren't burned, if they were totally happy with how things are, why would they look somewhere else? Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, with every door that closes, there's always another side to it that opens.
Did you ever read the book Blink?
I have, yeah, sure.
Oh yeah,
Malcolm Gladwell, right?
Yeah. And one of the parts in there, he talks about how they're trying to figure out where he's my second favorite author. He was talking about they're trying to figure out why doctors were sued, like doing raw data for that. And they looked, did they pass their boards? Did they go to these colleges? Did they go? And they all figured it out was just spending 3 minutes more with their client. Yeah. That came to the difference between the doctors getting sued. And
yeah,
there's even some times that the surgeon made a mistake, but they thought it was the anesthesiologist, and when they found out it was the surgeon, they liked the surgeon, so they ended up not suing.
Yeah, no, it's and similar work has been done to discover that if doctors just apologize, that they're sued less. If they just act like normal humans, be compassionate the way they used to be. But you know what, Jedi Steve, this is an awesome time for doctors to not only be doctors, but to be mad scientists.